Hello and welcome back to this Trails from Zero Let's Play with me, SLJRPG. In the last episode we took care of a whole bunch of the support sections here in Chapter 2, and today we're going to be heading to the IBC to check out what's going on, because this is where the weird email came from. Again, giving me Swiss vibes. The International Bank of Crossbell. It doesn't fit as well here as I'm sure the Japanese version does. Anyway, the IBC building, eh? Things never fail to impress me. Yeah, it's enormous. I guess it's at least 10 stories high.
I believe it's 16. I've also heard companies unaffiliated with the IBC rent office space between the 5th and 10th floors.
Yeah, it's good news. Hey, really, it's news to me.
Indeed, significant source of Crossbell's tax revenue.
So, what's the plan? We did show up without an appointment after all.
Why don't we try speaking with the receptionist? She may be able to help us. Oh, Elie.
Of course.
Ernest.
Fancy meeting you here. I see why you're with your colleagues, so I'm going to assume you're here for work.
Yes, we are. There's something we would like to look into. Are you here to see Data Croix, Ernest?
Yes, I went for a consultation regarding how to manage the office's operational funds. As you know, work will become much busier the next month, so I'm trying to get a head start.
I see, that makes sense.
Oh, by the way, El, have you given my office some thought?
I have. I'm not ready to resign from the force just yet, so I haven't truly accomplished my goal. And as long as that continues to be the case, I'm only half the woman I could be. As a matter of fact, I'm positive I'll only be a burden to grandfather with the way I am now.
Could you answer this at least? Is the road you've taken the only way to achieve your goal? What if it's an illusion? All your efforts would go to waste.
I don't deny the possibility. However, the knowledge I've gained these past 2 months have broadened my horizons more than I could have ever hoped. I feel myself growing as a person with each new obstacle we overcome. Had I followed your advice and immediately become one of grandfather's secretaries, I would have missed out on all these valuable experiences. I'll have to apologize to you once more. I'm going to continue work with the SSS as hard as I can until I've reached my full potential.
Well, at least you're not as uncertain as you were before.
Is that so?
Very well, I won't push you any further. How unfortunate, just when I thought I gained a capable aide. You definitely defied my expectations, El.
Ernest.
I have one small request of you, though. I'd like you to attend the Anniversary Festival's opening ceremony next month. As much as I love for your mother to come, we know that won't be happening. Your grandfather may be lonely if none of his family members attend.
Understood. I'll make sure to be there. Well, Ernest, thank you for everything you've done.
Well, I was your teacher at one point, remember? This is a trivial compared to that. Oh, would you look at the time? I didn't mean to take away from all your duties. If you'll excuse me, everyone. I'll be leaving Elie in your care.
Right.
I don't know if I trust him. He has huge ears, by the way, in the actually, no, they all have big ears. What am I saying? I get the impression you're on his mind a lot, El. Also, what's that about Ernest being your teacher?
Oh, he was my tutor when I was a child. Sadly, I haven't talked much since I returned from my studies abroad. I assume he wishes to become a member of the Diet, yes? Correct. I think he plans to announce his candidacy for next year's Diet election. It would be difficult for him to win, though. I don't think he plans on joining either the Imperial or Republic factions.
Aspiring politician, eh? That I gotta say, he's pretty built for a secretary. He practiced some kind of martial arts.
An experienced fencer, if I recall correctly. I heard that he also serves his grandfather's bodyguard because of his skills.
I see. That'll explain why he's in shape.
Well, who do we have here?
Oh, it's her, of course. I think that's a good voice for her.
Feels like it's been forever since we last met. The news about last month's incidents with those monsters left me speechless. Don't worry, my friends. I know you've been busting your humps.
Grace, please.
Now that you mention it, you didn't write that article, did you, Grace? Correct. Alas, I was away from Crossbell covering a different event that needed the Grace touch. To be honest, I was hoping that I could be the SSS sole reporter. I like writing articles about you guys. Our hypothesis was accurate then.
Well, dunked on all the time by your articles can wear you down, you know.
It's like you can't understand the immense love I harbor for the SSS. I'm like a mama bird watching her chicks go up.
Why isn't Randy hitting on her?
Well, putting that aside for a sec, you do have business here, right? Do I detect hints of another sensational investigation blossoming?
Not at all, just your imagination.
It's just here to ask a few questions, that's all. Well, if you say so. I'm actually busy myself, so I'll leave you guys alone for now. I'll catch up with my besties later.
Grace is an interesting character. I haven't played this game for a while. I've been having a bit of a break. I've had some shit in my life. But anyway, the foxy lady's always marching to the beat of her own drum.
She doesn't hound us as much as she usually does, however. Do you think she is busy with something else? I would assume so. She has a lot of ground to cover with the anniversary festival on the horizon.
Be nice if she were faint about writing another article on us. Well, whatever. I think we wasted enough time here already. Let's see if we can get ourselves an appointment with the CEO.
Okay.
I doubt that's going to be as easy as you think it is, Lloyd. But we should go speak to my dude. And there doesn't seem to be anyone really waiting. Beautiful written signatures. I just want to speak to everyone, make sure that I see. Haven't had any issues since opening. Let's speak to her.
Hello and welcome. It's good to see you again, Miss Macdowell. I see you brought your SSS companions too. Thank you for helping test our new service. Couldn't have reached its current popularity without your efforts.
Really, good to hear.
I'm glad we were able to assist you. Likewise, we'll be sure to rely on your help when the time comes. Anyway.
I'm recording this quite late.
Anyway, how may I help you today?
Well, actually,
there's something I'd like to ask Linfey. Would it be possible to see Mr. Croy? Oh, you're not here to see Miss Croy? Indeed, I must apologize for a lack of appointment, however. But even so, I'd still like to meet with him, or is he too busy? No, he should be in office right now. Will your companions be joining for the meeting? They will be. Would like to ask him a few questions regarding a certain incident. Oh, really? Understood. Please wait here while I notify him of your arrival.
Leave it to Mademoiselle to crash the CEO's party like it's nothing. Seriously, it's like she's from a totally different world. Man, privilege. Anyway, understood. I'll send them in. Okay, let's go.
Well, Mr. Croy will meet with you now, Miss Macdowell. I'll issue a keycard for the elevator. His office is on the top floor. Excellent. Thank you, Lanfey. Shall we board the elevator then?
Sounds like a plan. I'd say you really pulled through back there, Al. Let's head up and have a nice little chat with Mr. CEO himself. Let's do it. And we got this card now forever, right? We can go wherever we need to go. CEO's office is on the top floor, right? What's the purpose of this card we were given, though?
It's an identification card. All the different businesses that operate in this building, the IBC issues cards to access the appropriate floor.
A beefed up security system, then. Kinda feel like they're using all the latest gadgets just because they can.
Well, IBC once led the Crossbell City portion of the OrbitalNet project. The scope of the project grew to its current size once the Crossbellian government joined. I've heard speculation that the IBC provides approximately 60% of the funding. I've heard the same as well. I believe the government provides 30%, while the Epstein Foundation provides the final 10%.
Incredible. I didn't know they were shouldering more than half the cost. You're telling me the Crossbell's most generous man's waiting on top of us, eh?
Yes, now give me the card. I'll take us where we need to go.
You've been inserted the card into the slot. We'll go to the 16th floor. Interesting. I'm curious to see what this man is like. Whoa. We can see all of Crossbell. It's also situated on top of the hill in the city, so this view is amazing. Oh, bet you can't custom a mount in a mirror.
I've visited the Epstein Foundation office in this building, but it hardly compares. The view from this floor is exceptional. I absolutely agree. CEO's office is at the end of the hallway. It'd be rude of us to keep him waiting after you agreed to meet on such short notice.
Good call. It's a big old fucking drop though, isn't it, boys? Anyway.
Ooh, fancy paintings. Door is locked.
Belqua, I'm guessing, is someone we're going to see. Let's go see Mr. CEO, man. Mr. Money.
Uncle Dieter, it's Elie.
Coming in.
Thank you, sir.
He is incredibly ginger. Not ginger, maybe. He's got a hue. An orange hue to his things. Elie, it's been far too long. Close to half a year if I remember correctly.
Sounds about right. More importantly, I'm glad to see you're doing well, Uncle Dieta. My apologies for not having scheduled a proper appointment with you.
Hey, don't talk as though we're strangers. Please, relax. You're my little girl's best friend, and the daughter of my own good friend as well. Surely you haven't forgotten. You are nothing short of a family at this point.
Thank you, Uncle.
Nothing of it. Now I've heard, my dear, your beloved daughter, you've joined the CPD. Would these be your fellow officers, then?
They indeed are. We are all part of the Special Support Section.
Nice to meet you, Lloyd Bannings. Randy Orlando.
Tio Plato, how do you do?
It's nice to finally meet the three of you. I've heard all about you in Crossbell Times. I'm D.H. Croy, CEO of the International Bank of Crossbell. Lloyd, Randy, Tio, you said? We're all friends here. Appreciate it if you would be at ease around me. You only have to be that rich to be the okay.
Where's he gleaming just now?
This old dude's a breath of fresh air, eh? Anyway, should we get down to business? I believe you're here to ask me a few questions. May I ask what they concern?
Right, the thing is, we're trying to uncover the truth behind our current investigation, and as of now...
So, we need to know who
has sent the fucking email, boys.
I think I understand your predicament. The Yin fellow sent an old mail from the IBC to your office, did he?
Correct. We suspect it was sent from the IBC's main terminal. Strong possibility Yin took control of the terminal in order to do that.
I see. Perfectly honest, I have utmost confidence in our building security. Even more so when it comes to the floor the main terminal is on. Only a few authorized individuals can access as it is. Furthermore, you must have a proper authentication to operate the terminal. I know this may be rude to ask, but have any employees with a proper clearance been acting suspiciously recently? Recent hire or someone who's been acting out of the ordinary? Not that I can think of. To be frank, there isn't a single employee I don't trust. But that brings me to another thought, Lloyd. Have you not explored any other avenues?
Others? Like what?
Let's see, one for example. What if I was pretending to be this Yin character, and I sent you the message?
What? You're joking, right? You must be. This can't be true.
Calm down, I was purely hypothetical, of course. Could you imagine the headlines if I revealed that I was in fact a legendary assassin? That feels a little bit preemptive. This goes without saying, but the reality hardly ever that outlandish. Occam's razor. The most simple solution is usually the right one. Anyway, right, of course.
Uncle, I would appreciate if you didn't scare us like that, even hypothetically. Quite a practical joker, is he not?
I apologize, that was crude of me. However, I will give things a second glance. If one of my employees truly was responsible for sending the old mail, I would not essentially be implicated in that crime.
I suppose so. That certainly looks like the way of it.
So you're telling us not to consider any IBC workers a suspect? Hey Tio, transmission between the IBC and the SSS terminals. Would it be possible to mask the location it was sent from?
An interesting question. It is possible that the IBC's main terminal was hacked from an external source.
Hacked? Hell does that mean?
I don't fully understand it myself, but I believe it's a technique used for unauthorized operation of a terminal, primarily by breaching one's security system. That would be the core of it, yes. Any terminal connected to the Opal network can, theoretically, be accessed by another terminal, which you need to be unbelievably talented and familiar with technology, of course.
And of course, this shit only originates after the Orbital Revolution, which is not that long ago. So not that many people would be capable of doing so. Anyway, people capable of accessing terminals, though, which such means are known as hackers. Almanekwa is still in its testing phase, so are limited places that have access to terminals. Despite these limitations, we already have begun our encounter security issues. Interesting. So you're telling me, not only this Yin guy is some crazy assassin, but an Orbital whizz?
I don't think we should jump to conclusions, though we should consider the possibility the old mail was sent from somewhere else.
I truly hope the situation is resolved without anyone having to doubt my loyal employees. More importantly, it possesses a serious problem if the main terminal has been hacked. I have an idea. Would you enter the terminal room and investigate it for yourselves?
Seriously? Are you sure that's okay?
Of course! You may be able to find evidence of hacking if you examine the terminal. I'll have the staff down there assist you in case of any questions.
That would be incredibly helpful, sir. Thank you, Uncle. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure. This is an issue that I, too, should find an answer to now. I must say, Al, I get the impression you've been living quite a fulfilling life these days, or am I mistaken?
Pardon?
I had my reservations when I heard you decided to join the CPD. However, now I understand how valuable your experiences have been for you. Please allow me to aid you in any way I can.
Uncle Dieta, it's reassuring to hear that from you.
Oh, I'm glad, and one more thing. See great potential in the four of you, now that we've spoken face to face.
Really? Why's that?
I'm sure you realize this already, but Crossbell is plagued with rather unique set of problems. I'm sure Elie is painfully aware of that as well. I believe the most significant problem we face in society is that justice has lost all substance. It has become a shadow of its former self.
What do you mean, sir? How is that possible? Could you elaborate, please?
The idea, the very concept of justice has become nothing more than an empty vessel. Lip service, if you will. Everyone has their own perspectives, of course. There are some that believe justice is dead. Whatever the opinions are of the present, one truth remains. Humans have ever been in pursuit of justice. That is what drives us forward, gives us the will to move on.
Is that really so important?
I would say it is. Justice is the foundation of a trustworthy society. Criminals were not bound by justice we call law. People would isolate themselves in the safety of their own homes, never venture out to see what they can see as a dangerous world. I mean, rehabilitation and, society caring for each other is probably the big one. I mean, I could say the triggering word for many American listeners when I say maybe socialism is the answer, but that's for another time. If that were the case, any hope of a functioning society would disappear. While justice has become somewhat ambiguous in Crossbell, we still manage to live our lives.
Maybe so.
Political corruption, the criminal underworld. Even if the police cannot tame them, the economic prosperity we live in currently experience allows our citizenry to live their lives in relative comfort. Petty crime is at an all-time low because of it, but an unseen evil still spreads across our land. Despite the dire situation, people still seek justice. From the very core of their being, they desire it once more. Because no matter what shape or form justice takes, people will always pursue the security that is a trustworthy society. And that is precisely why Crossbell's braces experience the popularity they do.
Because they do justice. Oh. Put the safety of civilians above all else. They certainly do seem to be allies of justice.
Ain't that the truth? Kinda had a gut feeling Crossbellians worship the guild way more than any other country does.
I wholeheartedly agree. It's clear to see.
The extent in which braces can exercise justice is severely limited, however. That has been their continuous and fatal flaw. It's simply impossible for them to resolve injustices in the city. That's why I expect great things from you. You may be the cure to the plague Crossbell struggles against.
Wow, I mean, this guy loves us.
What? So you're telling us to start taking down all the bad guys? It's a large order, Data. Trust me, I have no intention of having you tackle such a childish, naive mission. You and all your ways seem to be desperately pursuing justice, and it's more important that you show it in ways your average Crossbellian can comprehend. That way, they can see that justice is not out of reach.
I see. Justice still lives on in Crossbell. You want to give the people a reason to believe that.
Exactly. And for that reason, every article the Crossbell Time publishes on the special support section is vital to your success. People notice, and remember, you may still be young and inexperienced officers who make mistakes from time to time, but I believe everyone will notice your earnest pursuit of justice. There will be a fair amount of naysayers. However, I don't believe that the majority of citizenry has a negative perception of you. In fact, I think they began to place their hopes in the SSS, even if they may not show it quite yet.
What a passionate speech. To the words I'm Mr. Croy.
Look at me, delivering a passionate speech in the heart of the moment. Let's return to the issue at hand, shall we? I was gonna give you permission to go and inspect the terminal room, yes?
Yes, that's right, sir. As long as you're still willing, of course. Where should we go to gain access?
Let's see. I would gladly assort you, but I have many matters to attend to once our discussion is concluded.
Our apologies. We didn't mean to overstay our welcome.
Pay it no mind, Elie. I enjoyed our brief chat. Well, shall I have one of my employees take you?
That won't be necessary. Who is she? Belle!
Ah, so you've returned.
Father, I just arrived moments ago. It's been too long, Al. Cut it out, Belle. How long has it been? 2 months? 3? Have you gotten thinner, Al? Have you been eating right? We can always fix that, no problem. I can see your arms and legs have shaped up nicely too. Very impressive. It's only natural that I build some muscle, given our daily routines. I may have actually gained a few pounds, believe it or not. Ooh, is that right? Now you mention it, I can feel your muscles have become a bit more flexible. I must say, the sensation is absolutely marvelous. It's really something to behold. Please stop.
She's bold, isn't she? I mean, she would be, she's rich. Thank Adios, I will treasure this moment for the rest of my life.
I get the impression the relationship transcends ordinary friendship.
This heartfelt reunion carried on long enough, Maribel. Or would you rather, I guess, continue to stare?
Stare? Oh, suck all the fun away, Father. Everyone, allow me to introduce my friend, Maribel Qua, Uncle Data's daughter and my best friend. They are my colleagues, Belle, Lloyd, Randy, Tio. Enough with the introductions, dear. I'd much rather inspect them myself. Huh?
Randy is probably well up for that.
I see.
What?
Can I help you? You pass, dear. You're cute as a button. Both of you fail miserably. Huh?
The hell? I'm cute as a button too. Cuter.
I thought if you meant you might being by my dear Ellie's side day in day out. It's revolting. Goddess herself must be sobbing. No, weeping at this tragedy. Absolutely unacceptable.
Did you just call us mutts?
Calm down, Belle. And what's with your outfits? Far too casual for someone of Ellie's pedigree. You could at least have the decency to wear an appropriate suit or something like that.
These clothes make traveling easier, huh? Like, we're having to hike in mountains or if we have to trek through a difficult terrain.
Quiet. Didn't ask for excuses, did I? You see, Elie, this is exactly why I didn't want you to work for the CPD. Why couldn't you have worked for me instead? It would have been much more worthwhile. You see your time and talent. That's enough, Belle.
What a vivacious group of youngsters you are. You're all around the same age, so you should focus on becoming friendlier. Go out and do something fun together sometime. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time for me to stop putting off my next appointment. Could you show a guest to the terminal room later, Belle?
The terminal room? Why would I do that?
You can ask them for the finer details. Well, everyone, it's been a pleasure. I like Data Croy. I get the feeling he's going to disappoint me massively. At some point. But anyway, oh.
A tactical retreat if I've ever seen one. That oaf. Could you please lead us to? I wasn't finished talking down to you yet. You there, fiery redhead and gaudy outfit. Do you honestly think that is acceptable? A built physique like yours demands to be shown off in a suit like a real man.
Who, me? Sorry to disappoint, but that ain't gonna happen. I'm bona fide Casanova. Don't need those suits. Don't get me wrong, though. I never try to seduce Mademoiselle, especially during a romantic moonlit night. You know, like my main man Lloyd right there. Excuse me? That's funny.
Randy, why? Would you please stop retelling the story in an intentionally misleading way? I failed to see what exactly was misleading. Besides, your mood has improved dramatically since last night's fateful rendezvous under the stars. Tito, please.
Oh, come on, you're making it worse on purpose, Tio. Don't say you aren't.
Lloyd, was it? Careful to elaborate on your friend's little story, because there's something I'd like to know. What violatorous things have you done to my sweet innocent Elie?
I haven't done anything to her. Why would I? Elie, would you please back me up here? And he wants that shit.
I think I understand the situation now. Shall I show you to the terminal room then? That would be lovely, Belle, if it's not too much trouble. Of course not. I'll do anything for you, Elie.
She's gonna fuck me up. So, have we cleared up that misunderstanding?
Well, it's not like it matters anymore. I was just worried about what kind of unsavory group the special support section was. In the end, you'll have to prove you're worthy of being called Elie's colleagues.
Wait, am I the only one on the fire? Dude, I could have sworn she was about to choke slam you back there.
Think you've had enough fun, Belle? Could you show us the terminal room now? Of course, follow me. Terminal room is on floor B5. Shall we board the elevator then?
She's an interesting sort. She's a real piece of work.
I promise she's not a bad person. It's sometimes I can't be sure if she's being overbearing or overly enthusiastic or both.
No biggie, she and her old men make a hell of a team, don't they?
Unsurprising, the two heads of famous International Bank of Crossbell.
Yeah, it's not that surprising. But let's make our way down to terminal. She's there, strutting her shit. My guess is that we're gonna see this boy we saw in the like prologue bit of this certain chapter at some point soon. Also, digging the music.
Yin, was it? What exactly is his objective? We haven't been able to come to a conclusion yet, unfortunately.
Got any takes for us, Lloyd? I'm sure you probably figured out a thing or two already. Yeah, about that. What if I told you the thread letter and the orb mail were written by two different people? Oh, what's that supposed to mean?
I'm not sure I follow.
It's actually pretty simple. The thread letter's phrasing is odd, but straightforward. Meanwhile, if you record the orb mail, the orb mail is written with an old-fashioned diction. Don't you think they read nothing alike?
I see your point.
Damn, I feel kinda stupid.
I was shocked at the content of the orb mail that failed to see right through it. And what do you make of all this?
Few possibilities come to mind already. For example, what if Yin doesn't operate alone? Their accomplice could have sent the email. Another possibility is that Yin intentionally wrote them differently to throw us off. It could list off an endless number of possibilities, and quite frankly, I wouldn't be as smart for us to continue investigating based off assumptions.
Well put. How interesting.
Come again?
Oh, you see.
Just taking a quick drink.
Welcome to B5. This floor houses the main terminal. Terminal room is right downstairs.
You put out all the stops securing this place, didn't you?
Of course, we're considering storing all our clientele's data here eventually. Since we lack any safeguards against hackers, we have to play it by the ear at the meantime. That's worrisome. We could have a national scandal on our hands if client data were to leak, right? Correct, and for that reason, we're still in development stages.
Makes sense. And then I'm guessing we're gonna see Mr. Big Boy on the machine. No, okay. Whoa. Whoa, I'm freaking blown away. Is this what the future looks like? IBC's going balls to the wall with the state-of-art tech, eh?
This is the latest cutting-edge information processing system developed by the Foundation. Liberal's high-speed cruiser also utilizes a similar system. Ah, you must be referring to the famous RCell. Systems they use are essentially the same, but there's one major difference. We're increasing the processing power several-fold to handle the vast network of information. Incredible.
Miss Croy. Good morning, ma'am.
Thank you. I hope the same for you. Project is proceeding smoothly.
Of course. Thanks for your continued support.
Our recent simulations have proven to be extremely successful. Who are these guys? They're a Crossbell Police Department. There's a possibility our main terminal has been hacked by an external source. What? Hacked?
Well, Tio, might explain the situation to them?
Allow me.
Hacked into the network? I can't deny the possibility exists, but I'm in total disbelief it actually happened. No, it should be impossible. I refuse to accept that somebody out there could hack our system so easily.
If you're at this adamant, then we'll assume that one of you two sent the orb mail. So which one of you two is Ian? Cover it up.
Hold on a second, that's crazy. We must have been hacked because the two of us are completely worthless.
Words. He's pretty hard on himself.
Maribel reminds me of a queen.
Kind of like Ilya, granted more dominant one, but still.
Special Sports Section Terminal received an orb mail around 3 a.m. Be a doll and look through the logs around that time period, okay?
Yes, ma'am. We'll look through them right away.
I'm not sure what I'm doing with this voice. It's just gone everywhere.
It must be a weird look for some people if they saw me, like this heavily tattooed bearded man. Bald bearded man.
Just doing weird voices into his microphone.
Anyway, here it is.
The almost encryption algorithm was cracked right under our noses.
It's as we thought.
Pretty solid evidence our hack is coming from outside the IBC, don't you think?
Hold on, I'll trace his point of access. Is no good, lost it.
So we have no idea where the hacker managed to enter the system from.
Yeah, this guy knows what he's doing. He's managed to erase every trace of tampering with the system. I most can confirm with complete confidence that it's user terminal somewhere in the city.
Oh, he's really, really good.
Geofront.
May I use the terminal for a moment? Huh? But... Go ahead, sweetheart. You're Tio, right? You can tinker with all the systems as much as you like. Thank you. I will begin then.
My guess is he's in Ax.
Huh? Tio? Is she... Attempting real-time control by multi-dimensional analysis. All terminals, lags, examining all suspicious logins, leaving traces concealment.
She's amazing.
What's insane processing speed? Please support me, you two. Accessing all Crossbell terminals with administrative privileges. Any suspicious logins too, so please examine them for me.
Right. We can handle it.
Of course she's a whiz. Ellie, are you following any of this?
Not in the slightest.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who doesn't know what's going on.
Now I see. She's an orbital staff user. Impressive piece of technology allows for instantaneous use of magic. It also functions as a conduit for augmented control of terminals.
You understand what's going on?
Well, Belle studied orbital engineering at Epstein Foundation, so it's no surprise she's a bit familiar. You could say I know a thing or two about technology.
She's found something.
Looks like they're just about finished.
Oh, sweet.
Everything on your end?
All my stuff looks clean. How about you, Clay?
Got it.
Control 8 in Geofront's B sector. We detect horizon and unauthorized login from there.
I knew it.
The Geofront. A little rat snuck underground in that area right near Station Street, eh?
You're mistaken. That location leads to Geofront Sector A. Access by the hacker was in B.
Somewhere underneath the northwestern part of the city.
Northwestern part of Crossbell City. Residential district and entertainment district. What's the plan, Lloyd?
I say we head there immediately. City Hall should be responsible for all Geofront access, if I remember correctly. Let's start by asking the receptionist if we can borrow the key for that sector. Sounds like a swell plan to me.
Inching towards the truth in this case, aren't we?
Yeah, I'd say so. Couldn't have done it without your cooperation, Maribel.
Thank you, pal. You too as well.
Don't mention it. This lady is the world champion.
My voice is everywhere.
You don't say. Great work, Tio. Can't pretend to have any idea what you did, but unquestionably helped us.
Good job, Tio.
What you're expecting? Tio taught nothing short of perfection.
I don't believe I did anything extraordinary. I'm a member of the Special Sports Section too. It's the least I could do. No small feat, Missy. I have a proposition for you, Tio. How would you and Eddie like to come work for me? Huh? Come on, Belle, cut it out.
You scouting our members out? I'd much rather our team stick together.
Oh, settle down, I was just kidding. Fill me on the details once you manage to solve the case. And another thing, I'll just leave that keycard in your hands for the time being. Give you access to the top floor as well as this one. Make sure you use it as you'd like. Thank you, Belle.
Thanks again, if you'll excuse us.
So we can now come down to here.
Maybe connected to the Epstein Foundation is good. So, you want to find him free, so please don't do anything to him. What?
But why?
No legislation strictly prohibiting any kinds of hacking. Deemed as the useful tool advancing our security protocol. Create a defense system against hacking now. We're urbanizing the network. She wants to hire him. That's what she's saying. And of course, he is probably a big thing. So we need to go speak to City Hall. So let's go see those guys down at City Hall. The people that fucking it up for all the people that's in the streets. I'm glad we only have a lead, but I'm exhausted. No kidding. Can't imagine the confrontation held much either. Wonder whose fault that was exactly.
I have to say, it's rare to see someone not specialized in orbital technology reach her level of proficiency. She's not an engineer, is she? She certainly has experience from her studies, but no, she specializes in business management. As her father's right hand, she's tasked with managing several of his projects.
Hey, it's incredible.
Is that what she wanted to hire you for, Elie? Yes, I do appreciate her offer, though.
How about her going gung-ho when her old man got on us? I don't think I've heard a speech like that intense in person before.
I must say, it's quite interesting. I never considered that seeking justice was one of mankind's driving forces. He's been teaching me various life lessons through stories ever since I was little. Today he's given me more to think about when it comes to our duties.
Yeah, same here. Right. Anyway, we got a good lead. Let's go to Geofront Key from reception at City Hall. Lead the way. All you, man. Justice. Let's go get some justice. So, we need to head towards the administrative district. I love the quick jumping. It must be said, I love it. It does help rather a lot. We need to go into the Geofront.
Welcome. Oh, CPD, correct? Are you here to meet with someone? Not quite.
This is going to be incredibly easy.
Here you are. Thanks for letting us borrow it. Is it fine for us to lend it to us without asking any questions? Not to worry, I've been asked to cooperate with your group. I've actually lent that very same key to the Brace Guild before.
I wonder what they needed it for.
Entrance to Sector B can be found near the Residential District's waterway. Be careful with the key, we've lost it a few times. I'll be careful with it.
There's a warrant on us. And I think this is probably a good place to say, if you've enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, and I will go see you guys next time where we enter the Geofront. Peace.